Hello there everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Love Island. How are you? It's been a while, it's been a minute, and I will explain everything, but first and foremost, I need to really quickly just dedicate this video to one of my besties, Lauren, who I always forget to put on my ending screen, which is really rude of me, okay? We have an announcement today. So we're gonna do a little recap of what was going on this island because it's been about 6 months, which is a little too long. So we'll do a quick recap. We'll see what's going on the island. We'll just check in with everyone. Okay, so tomorrow, that's right, Quinn is leaving Love Island tomorrow. So yeah, quick little recap. So if you recall, Renee and Quinn were an item, and they were just such a good couple. But then I brought Pecan onto the island, and she immediately began cozying up to everyone, inserting herself into all of these different relationships and just stealing people away from their partners. Which, on one hand, that is a very messy, rude thing to do, but at the same time, she did understand the assignment. She does understand why I brought her on the show. But fear not, Bangle and O'Hare are still going strong, as they are hanging out on the island today. Here she is talking to Pietro. She just talks to everyone, which same, but she has ulterior motives and definitely has ill intentions. Okay, so Pietro is thinking about me. Excellent. So yeah, we'll just check in with everyone on the island, see what everyone's up to. So good to see you, Chipmunk. Let's talk. It's yet another splendid day on Love Island. Oh, I know I sound unusually chipper, but who can blame me, Chipmunk? Yeah, it seems like you're really enjoying yourself, and I'm happy for you, but at what cost, you know? That's what I'm getting at here. We do have Keaton. He is single, ready to mingle. He's looking for love. Hopefully we can find him someone that can kind of fit with him, okay? Excellent. So we're checking in on Renee, and she is cooking. Oh, great. She's making bread. She has no remorse that her fling with Pecan has driven Quinn out of town. And I mean, if we're being honest, like, Quinn can't eat gluten. Like, she's celiac, so that's actually like super petty of Renee to be doing that right now. And I don't know what to do with this information. Clearly, she does not care. Let's check in with Quinn, say goodbye. I always like to say bye to my villagers. And actually, this Quinn in particular is a little special, because my boss gave her to me. She came from my boss's island. So if my boss is watching this, hi, sorry, Quinn left. I will never forget you, Quinn. That is a promise. But I am also just like really proud of her for recognizing when it's time to move on. And I think that's a really strong soft skill that, you know, a lot of people don't develop. And she's just showing a lot of emotional intelligence and maturity, and I really support that for her. So I did also start streaming.
You can hear me fine? Okay. I'm going to start the game and see if you can hear the game, because that was the problem last time.
Yeah, so that's one thing that has happened in the last 6 months. I have started streaming pretty regularly over on Twitch. So I am Learn Plays over there if you want to catch a live stream. We have a lot of fun. And so, like, even just reviewing this clip, I kind of had a moment where I did a double take because that was my old office, and I just realized, like, how much has actually happened since I last posted a video. Let's check in with Pecan now that the dust has settled. Feel free to make yourself comfortable, Chipmunk. Don't mind if I do, for sure. What's the latest? Learn, darling. You look as if frostbite is a flavor of ice cream rather than a good way to lose a pinky. Hello? I thought this outfit was cute. I thought I looked cute. I mean, I do understand. Throw a scarf on at least. I understand it's cold outside. I thought that this was a look. I thought I was serving. So let's check in on Coco. So yes, Coco is on this island. Hello. Renee is here. Yeah, she would be here. She would be here. Typical. So typical. Well, hi girls. I hope I'm not like intruding. Renee came by to visit too. If only I knew I was gonna have company drop by like this, I would have made some banana bread. Well, that sounds heavenly, actually. Well, Coco and I were just talking about you. Why? Why? Does Coco seem like super grinny lately? Think she's planning something, Margarita? Okay, well, that is an excellent question. I do wish nothing but happiness for our girl Coco here. Okay, she is advertising her hay bed as the comfiest spot on the island. Excellent. So, I guess they're just like getting together, just a girly time to dish about the island's new resident. And so we did take this opportunity, this vacancy, to look for love for Coco. So we did find Lucky during a live stream, and that just seemed like a perfect pairing. Coco and Lucky, so we'll see how that kind of pans out. So Lucky is on this island now, which I will admit, traditionally, just if I think about Love Island, I don't really think that Lucky is what we're looking for. But let's check out this campsite villager. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, no, I think I'm going to say no to that one. Let's check in with O'Hare. Fish tacos. Excellent. People are always coming to you for advice on their love lives. Fascinating. There are plenty of fish in the sea. Learn the name of everyone, and if you're lucky, you just might reel in a marine biologist. Maybe it's cliche, but sometimes it's just what you need to hear. Thank you, O'Hare. That was really enlightening. So we'll do Valentine's Day, and I'll just kind of catch up. Okay, it is as I'm recording this voiceover, it is fully mid-October. Halloween is in a couple weeks, and it is on this island Valentine's Day. But listen, let me explain. So I had posted my last video and then had a couple of big things coming up. I had two of my friends, two separate friends were getting married, so I had two weddings to go to, and I had a bachelor party for one of them, and so that was a pretty hectic time, a lot of traveling. I think I had to give a big work presentation during that time as well, and it just so happened that while we were out of town, at these different weddings and these different events, we started looking for a house. We decided that we were maybe ready to buy a house, which is super crazy to me. I don't think I ever thought that I would be buying a house. I just it's you never really think you're the adultiest adult, and these things just happen, and you're okay, well, I guess I'm figuring this out now. And so we are super thankful. We did find a house. We bought a house. So we then had to worry about moving from our apartment into this house. And again, super thankful. Not a bad thing at all, but it was a stressful thing. So I would say for a couple months, we were in packing mode, and then the house, of course, because just the housing market is insane. It's still super bad. And I think it's insane everywhere. But if you don't know, I do live in Southern California. So things are super expensive. And yeah, it was just insane. So for what we were realistically able to afford on a monthly basis, we had to sacrifice some things. So the very first thing that we had to do was deep clean this house. It had previously belonged to an older man who was moving into assisted living, and so it was like pretty clear that he hadn't been able to keep up with the house as I would like it kept up with for some time. So my dad flew out and helped me deep clean this house, and we moved in. I think we moved in at the end of April. Um, but I don't know. It was like all such a blur. And it took us like months and months to like fully unpack and feel like, we were settled. And like even just like a couple days ago, and again, it is fully October, like mid October as I'm speaking to you. And I just cleaned up the doom pile of things that like had just settled on my office floor since we had moved in, and like it's gone now. I just decorated my walls in my office this past weekend. It is so challenging to move and like set up a house when you're working full time. Like we did not take any time off to do those things, so it has just been so exhausting. So unfortunately, my content creation journey kind of took the back seat. But what I did do was try to get a feel for streaming a little bit more. So I was really excited to hit affiliate on Twitch. I don't even remember. I think that was May. Like that is so crazy. And then, oh my God, what else happened? Like it was just for a couple months, it was like one thing after another. But I would argue that moving into a house, buying a house and moving into a house, that was kind of big. That was kind of big. And I don't have to justify why I took a step back. I am hoping that I can keep up with this more regularly. I really want to get more into actually making videos, and I do really enjoy it. It's just so hard to find the time. Like I said, with working full time, and now like keeping up with a house, it's challenging, but again, I am so thankful. I wouldn't change anything about like if I could go back, I am super happy with the house that we picked, despite all of its interesting quirks and yeah, it's just been such an adventure. So yeah, and of course, I'm not even acknowledging that we're now on Festival, such an amazing holiday. I have played Festival quite a few times, so this is still going to be just like kind of speed running the holidays, so that we can kind of get back to normal daily Love Island content. That's the goal. So really, yeah, I think like this video and the next couple of videos, we're just going to be trying to like catch back up to real time. And yeah, and then like over on Twitch, like I've been streaming other games because I did subject myself to a little bit of Animal Crossing burnout. And so I'm like finally playing the game again. I don't even remember like when the last time I played on Love Island was, but like this island is really just like I reserve playing on it mostly for like on stream and on YouTube, which I know I don't have to do. So like another thing that in this time, I've really been trying to think about like what is my relationship with like streaming and making videos, and like what responsibilities do I have to my community and to myself to be able to like continuously make content. Because it is a lot of work. I know I've mentioned this before, but if you did not know this, or if you like have said before, because I am guilty of having said this, like, oh, like, that would be like an easy easy life to make YouTube videos or whatever. It is not. And I really respect people that do it full time. I think that would be really cool. That would be such a cool career. Unfortunately, that's not, where I am in my content creation journey. But who knows? I mean, it's a really fun thing to do. And it's just very different from what I do on a daily basis. And so like again finding time for it is a challenge. But I feel like now that I like the doom pile being eliminated from my office is like such a symbolic thing for me. It's like I finally feel like my space is mine, and it is tidied to a point that I don't have like this excess clutter to like to distract me and kind of cloud my my motivation and just like what I should be focusing on. I'm very much a person that like I need a clean space to be able to focus in on a task. And I'll be honest, like until a couple of days ago when I took some time just to clean up my desk, it had become kind of a catch-all for things, and I was like not really wanting to spend time at my desk, which is really sad. This is like one of my favorite places to spend time. So, it's like that is not a good sign. So yeah, it is getting back to like what I'm doing in the game. This is gonna be like just like a chatty, just like let's catch back up. It's been a minute. It is fully festival on this day. But we are gonna do a little bit of a little speed build on Love Island in the marketplace area. So I know I have probably mentioned it before, but I'll just reiterate, I suppose, that this area of the island is meant to be kind of a Spanish inspired marketplace. And so like going back to the show Love Island, at least in earlier seasons, because I'm a big fan of Love Island UK, but I haven't watched since like season 5, and I don't even know what season we're on right now. I feel like I saw that we were on season 11 or something. Let me see. Okay, yeah. June 2023, season 10 started. That is insane to me. So I'm pretty behind. Right now. I've actually been watching some Love is Blind, which for that show, I had watched the first season back in 2020. And then I'm pretty sure the second season I like tried watching and I just couldn't get into it at the time that it was released. It just wasn't doing it for me. So I took a break from watching that, and really I haven't been watching much of anything in a long time. But last week I heard some coworkers talking about this new season of Love is Blind, season 5, and I was like, let's just watch it while I work and just put it on like 1.5 or 2x, however fast I can make it go and still understand what is being said. And when I tell you I binged 8 episodes in 2 days, like while I was at work, I was just listening to it while I worked, and the number of times my jaw just like hit the floor. I love stupid drama. That is my favorite, especially when I'm not involved, as you maybe could figure out from the premise of this entire YouTube channel. So yeah, anyways. So at least in the older seasons of Love Island UK, the Islanders would stay in this villa that's kind of in the middle of nowhere, and there's not really a ton of civilization, at least from what they show in the flyover footage. Like I personally have no idea like where this villa is and like what kind of land it's built on, but I'm just gonna assume it's hopefully unproblematic and just like in the middle of nowhere. Okay. And So at one point in the time that the islanders are staying there, a challenge that has come up a couple of times is that they'll have one couple go out to I don't know how far away it is, but like a neighboring village or marketplace to go grocery shopping, and they are tasked with making dinner for everyone in the villa. And so it's supposed to be kind of like a test of their compatibility and how they work under pressure, and like can't do they know how to cook, like these sorts of things. And so it's always entertaining because then like they go into a Spanish speaking city, and they are typically not Spanish speaking like the islanders themselves. So it's, chaos ensues, and they do their best to communicate with those that work at the grocery store and try to find the ingredients in another language and all of that. So it can be, entertaining to watch. But I also just really love like the kind of Spanish Moroccan style of tile, and just that like style for a build. So that's kind of what inspired this. So over here, I am, so actually, yeah, like over here, I have currently like this little marketplace area. And you might remember that Able Sisters was in this spot. So I think off camera or maybe on stream, I'm not sure. We did some streams where we were doing some builds. And I also think that I've gotten a lot better recently doing builds. So not in this video. And again, you know what? I will always accept, especially constructive criticism. If you're, nice to me, I would really love to know if you have any suggestions for how I can improve my builds. And I think probably what I'll do, since now I have been playing more on my first island. So Love Island is my second island. I've been playing a lot on my first island. I did a quick island tour that I've actually uploaded to my second channel now. We have a second channel now, and that is Learn Live, and that is where I post VODs from previous streams from Twitch. And so, yeah, just like a recent upload on that channel has been just a good old-fashioned island tour, but it was a work in progress, and it still is. And so I was really looking for my community members to kind of give me some help and give me some tips and ideas on how to improve my first island, which is on my Switch Lite, which is why, unfortunately, it really doesn't get a lot of attention, and it is just like a personal thing, but I can visit myself and I can give a tour that way. So that's what we did, and that was super, super helpful. So like, you guys gave me such good ideas to kind of spruce up what I had. And so lately I've just been kind of on this designing kick on that island, and it's actually getting really close to being finished. That island I started December 2020. That was my very first island. Started like at the very, very end of the year, almost 2021. And then Love Island, I didn't start until February 2021. So there were a couple months in between getting those islands started. So I have just been like super inspired, like going back, redoing builds that, you can tell when it's like a build that you've done recently that you're like really proud of versus like one of your earlier builds where you're like, oh, that's just not how I would do it now. And so that has been kind of a priority. So I think I will be returning to Love Island to do some builds soon, and I feel a lot more confident in just like my ability to design in Love Island. Also, I am compiling all of the like what are they called? Creator codes for these different custom designs that I'm using. So if you're interested in the custom designs that I am using, if they don't make an appearance in the video, let me know. And like if you're interested in them, I am trying to record all of them so that I can share that with you. I am only just getting started with my like I don't know, like my building journey and like trying to improve the builds that I do, but custom designs are so beyond me. I did make the Love Island one. That is our flag for this island. I did make that. But otherwise, I'm not going to be making my own paths. I really respect everybody that can make custom designs, and they're so amazing. Love a good custom design. So, yeah, I think at this point in time, I was kind of going back and forth with these different custom codes because I'm kind of going. I definitely want to incorporate these like more colorful tiles, and I love this one. And you probably noticed that this creator had like a couple different ones. So that one was Isabel inspired. There's like a Brewster one, there's a red one, and that creator just like I love those tiles. But I definitely want everything to complement each other. So I feel that like maybe a neutral tile and then having those as like a pop of color, just so it's not too busy. That was kind of the goal, but I was worried that those tiles were a little bit too red. So that was something to take into consideration. I'm also going to do kind of like I want it to look like a city. I don't want to do like a full, like a lot of people do like a full city and it's so beautiful, but I, one, don't want lag. I don't want the lag to be too bad. And I also am trying to work with this like smaller space here. I really don't want this to be a huge part of the island just because it is just like a one episode like challenge thing where they'll step into the marketplace and go shopping. So while I would love to do like a full, you know, marketplace, like city space where like you have these grand walkways and like these amazing building sides where it never ends. I love looking at builds like that, but I'm going to do kind of like an abridged version of that perhaps. So we'll just play around with like getting some of these like different pieces put down that I want to fit together. So this is like, it's interesting because like as I'm talking to you about this, like it looks nothing like this anymore, but I had a lot of fun like doing this build. It's just so cool to like watch your progress, especially since I have been getting more into designing and I think I've been doing a bit of a better job. So I definitely want to get more into doing some builds on Love Island from this point on. I have a lot of really good ideas. Well, I think they're good. I have a lot of ideas for this channel, for streams, and for our little community. So that has just been like one of the highlights of my year really is making a Discord and having that community, and we talk like every day in there and we have a lot of really fun events. So like recently so like on the note of like doing work in progress island tours, we did like a little Saturday event where a couple of us gathered in voice chat and we just like shared either dream addresses or dodo codes, and I like cast my screen and we all toured each other's islands and gave ideas of, here's this area that you haven't finished yet and here's how I think you could really tie it together, or just giving each other suggestions, and that was just like so much fun. We all really enjoyed it. So that was really cool. We did a movie night on October 3rd. We did a Mean Girls movie night, And right now, for the month of October, we are reading Twilight. That is our book club pick for the month. So we're going to do a Twilight movie marathon at some point as well. And we have like, we have a lot of fun things going on. So thank you to everyone that is in my Discord that just brightens my every day. This is just so much fun to get to talk to my friends, and that is why I do this and why I wanted to make videos in the first place, was to make new friends and just chat about all the crazy things that we enjoy and maybe don't get to talk about as much in real life. But yeah, what else? What else was I gonna say about that? Oh yeah, we started this. So like kind of like a book club, but it's a game club, which I've had the idea for some time because if you know, you know, if you've seen my Notion, I have a huge game backlog. And I think like some other cozy creators that I follow have done something similar. I'm fully convinced that none of my ideas are original, and that's totally fine. So if there are other creators that have done like a similar thing, feel free to shout them out. I finally had the kind of group to get together with and say like, okay, hey, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna pick a game, and then if you're interested in it, like we can all have some time to play it. And if you get stuck, like we're all playing it together, or if you kind of need that enthusiasm, that group mentality to like really get into it. By the way, I am over by the museum now, and the vibe over here is going to be like an abandoned, because like I said, the villa is, to my knowledge, like in the middle of nowhere. I think it would be really cool to have like an abandoned part of the island where like clearly civilization did used to live here and they left for whatever reason, and nature is starting to reclaim it. I really like that theme. And again, like because I am trying out new kind of like design and build ideas, like I don't want to commit to doing a full island in a theme. And on that note, my first island is completely normcore. Like it is normcore, city core. It is very much inspired by places that I have visited and have like an attachment to throughout my life, that I have, positive associations with. I definitely wouldn't want to do a build of something that I hate. But so that has been kind of the vibes over on that island. Okay, I don't remember what I was saying because I took a quick break to wish two of my favorite people in the entire world a happy birthday. Or actually, just one of them. But as I'm recording this, it is my friend Amanda's birthday, and it is also my friend Vi's birthday tomorrow. But in their time zone, it was just announced. So I love celebrating my friends. I love October. I am also a Libra, but I know so many people that were born in October, and then like my sister was born end of October, and something just completely fell off my wall. Great, so I'll have to fix that. It's fine. And so actually, like as we speak, one thing that I am super excited about is that my sister is flying out to visit me. We're gonna celebrate both of our birthdays, and we're also gonna see FNAF. We're super excited for that. We both love the FNAF games. We've never played them, but we love watching Markiplier play them. And that has been just something that has brought us together the past couple of years, is like watching those videos and like trying to figure out the lore, because it is so convoluted and like I don't know, not in a not in a good way, not in a bad way though. Like it's just confusing for no reason. But it's kind of fun. So we are gonna see that. So we're super, super excited. It's been a while since we have seen each other, and she has not seen my new house. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that once we moved in, like in August, we adopted another dog. Like we rescued another dog. So that was crazy. So yeah, August was another crazy month. So we went to the Taylor Swift Eras tour, one of the nights in LA, and we just got like an Airbnb, and we stayed like pretty close to the stadium. We had a great time. It was so much fun. And got to hang out with some of our friends, Otter and Mr. Otter. And if you don't know, Otter is one of my best friends in the whole world. Like, actually, we have known each other for over 10 years now, which is super crazy to think about. And, or I guess just 10 years. I won't say over 10 years. But so we went to the Taylor Swift concert with them. And yeah, Otter has started streaming. So you should check her out on Twitch at OtterlyD. Um, and oh my God, I freaking forgot how annoying these eggs are. So we will definitely not be partaking in Zipper Tea Bunny's festivities. That's for sure. And oh, speak of the devil, there he is, just dancing behind a tree as I try to talk to Hans. I want to chat. Another sunny, beautiful day in paradise. So glad I decided to live the island life. Yeah, I'm really happy for you, but like, are you sure? Are you sure? Because have you looked behind you? Oh, you're looking right at him. Fantastic. We'll just like I don't know, try to get away from him. Also, I love this forsythia. Is that how you say it? Forsythia. If that's not correct, and I'm saying it wrong, no, I'm not actually. Great, he's still there. He's still there behind the tree. He was Zipper T Bunny was standing behind that tree. That is so scary. He is so scary to me. Um, but yeah, so we went to the concert, and we were driving back from LA. We were going to pick Odin up, and Odin is our OG pup. That is the stupidest thing I've ever said, actually. No, he was staying at my partner's parents' house. And so we were picking him up, and you may have noticed too here that I replaced that bridge, just because I think I'm going for more of like the brick theme. I've gone back and forth on these bridges so many times. Like I have destroyed them and rebuilt them over and over again. So maybe someday I'll commit to one of the bridge types. For now, I think it's the brick bridge. Um, so yeah, we were driving back to go pick up Odin and go home. And I was just like, oh, I'm just gonna scroll on like Pet Finder or whatever app. And Pecan, hello. What was that? Um, you're moving away? No, you're not. No, you're not. Okay. No, you're not, first of all. Second of all, I have said this a couple of times, but I need to like keep saying it because otherwise I am afraid that I'm going to go back on my word. Once we have the full lineup of couples, starting couples on this island, by the way, no, like you can't go. You have been the main source of drama so far. You are a messy girl. You have to stay. And Zipper, get out. Lose the coordinates of this island, please. Um, yeah, she's not leaving. And once we have like the solid like 10 villager lineup, if somebody asks to leave, I have to let them. And then we will either villager hunt or amiibo someone in, we'll kind of and check out like the progress that I've made over here too. I am really liking how that is coming along. But right, like it's a total change from what it looked like before. I'm using these plants to kind of like blur those hard lines in between the different building sides. Yeah, I don't I want it to be like different and like mismatched and just have some character, but I don't like those hard cutoffs right there. Um, but yeah, so like if someone asks to leave, that is like them telling me that their coupling has like fizzled out, that they no longer wish to be here, that they're opting out of the show, and that's like written in their contracts and stuff. They can leave. This is not like a forced thing. Like they, we treat our villagers, our islanders really well here. Don't worry about it. Everybody's happy. But when they're not, I have to be strong and let them go. And I think that'll be really interesting too, to just like have that drama play out. Because otherwise, nothing's ever going to happen. Probably. I don't know. Probably not. Anyway, so yeah, so I was back to the story, back to my life updates. So, I was scrolling on Pet Finder. I was just like, let's just see. Like, maybe we're ready to get Odin a sibling because if you don't know, Odin is our rescue pup and he is a senior Alaskan Malamute. And when we got him, they estimated that he was somewhere between 7 and 10 years old. And since we've had him, he is just the light of our lives. Like, we love him so much and he's so funny. He has such a funny personality. Like he is so quiet, he's so polite, but every once in a while he'll kind of get this like playful puppiness about him. And I won't not bore you. I won't bring you to tears with his like backstory. We won't talk about it, but he is a rescue and I worried that he never really got to experience being a dog and just like being a puppy, a playful, dog. And just like he's also very particular when it comes to other dogs. And so we hadn't really socialized him too much. And we wanted we wanted to get him a sibling to kind of get him comfortable with other dogs and to have someone to bring that playful energy out of him. And so I was like, I'll just see. And I swear I screamed in that car as we were driving, as I found who is now our daughter, Freya. And the reason that I screamed is because she's like a spitting image of him. Like, it is insane. So both of our dogs are rescued from the streets of Mexico. And so we're in San Diego, and like the rescues will bring the dogs over. And so we got to meet Freya. But just the fact that we are convinced, like, that they're both from the same city in Mexico. And I'm like, either Odin has offspring and Freya is like his granddaughter, or Odin has a brother that's like out prowling the streets, and like that would make Freya his niece. So we are gonna do DNA testing kits because I seriously, like, Odin has such distinctive markings. He is a white Malamute and he has these black spots, very distinctive. And when I saw Freya, like, she has black spots on her ears and between her ears, which is one that Odin shares. Zipper, please, please. You're horrifying. And you know it. And then Odin has some spots towards like the back of his like torso, near his tail, kind of. And Freya has some that are coming in too. So when we saw her, we said, we have to, like, at least try. And if they don't like each other, which there was a strong possibility again that, like, because Odin is kind of particular with the dogs that he will tolerate, we, just thought that, we'll give it a try. And if he says no, that's that. But they met, and she is so tiny. She is, like, when we got her, they estimated she was like 11 months old. So she's probably like about a year. We actually weren't certain, and we think maybe she's a little bit younger, because And we were kind of spoiled when it came to Odin. He's so quiet, he's so well behaved, he barely needed any training. And every once in a while he'll have something where we're like, hey, don't do that, or whatever. But he is like so good. And this girl is insane. And we did not fully know what we were signing up for with a puppy, because I was like, oh yeah, I know Odin's personality super well. Like I can predict how this puppy is going to behave. No, I was so wrong. And we love her. We love her so much, but she is just insane. And so we've been adjusting to that too. So it has been quite the year for us. And yeah, by the way, like the little build that I'm doing over here for this marketplace, my intention is to have these three different stalls. And okay, so you know how, I don't know, maybe maybe you haven't been to like a festival like what I'm about to describe, but I distinctly remember like going to, when I was a kid, living in Michigan, there was this festival in downtown Detroit that was called Arts, Beats, and Eats. And so it was like all these stalls, like really good food, but there was always a stall that had like these knockoff sunglasses. I feel like, yeah, like probably even just like on, if you're like in a big city and there are vendors on the streets or something, like you've probably seen that. So I thought that would be like a fun, like relatable, like familiar thing that you might find at a like marketplace like this. So that's the like clothing vendor. And then we have this like fresh fruits and veggies, like produce. It is kind of like a farmer's market, a place for people to sell their produce. And then we have this like fake art uh stall. And yeah, so I'm like pretty pleased with how these various stalls kind of came together. um I think this area is coming along really well. Maybe we can cook something to place on that stall. um or yeah, maybe something canned. That's actually a really good idea, I think, like preserves, or just like something that they've they've canned. I don't know. I don't know. I like never use the food items. I never use the 2.0 like cooking items. I really don't. So maybe now's the time. Um, yeah. So anyway, yeah, I don't know. What else did I want to tell you guys about? Um, yeah, so we have Odin, we have Freya, and we bought a house. And 2023 has just been like a crazy year. I mean, it's some, slightly negative things have happened, but overall, I really can't complain. We're so lucky to have our two babies and have space for them to run around. So, um, and as I'm speaking, I am pretty sure that Odin just farted like right next to me. Oh my God, that reeks. Um, yeah, if you have the, capacity, the resources to adopt a pet, like it is just so amazing. And I just, obviously if you don't have the time and you don't have the energy, the monetary means to take care of an animal, like I would never recommend that you do that for you or the animal. But if you have been looking and thinking like, oh, I really want to get a pet, like there is never going to be a perfect time. I feel like that was one thing. I had contemplated for a while and I was like, well, it's not the right time. And it's like, okay, well, there's never going to be a perfect time. Um, and of course, it's a lot of work. Wait, Pietro, hello? What are you doing with your life? Please don't move. Oh my God. Okay, a treasure hunt. Okay, let's do a treasure hunt. I love these types of like mini games in this game. I love making deliveries for people. I feel like a lot of times I don't click on my villagers. Oh my God, I haven't dug up any. anything because I knew there were going to be eggs. This is going to be a miserable treasure hunt, actually. But I feel like I don't click on my villagers anymore when they have a thought bubble because it's like I assume that they want to leave. Oh my God, can we cut it out with the eggs? Like, please, this is so irritating. That's fine. No, it's still fun. I still think it's fun. And like, oh, and a fossil. Fascinating. Fascinating. So like one of my favorite things in a previous Animal Crossing game, which was my first Animal Crossing game, City Folk on the Wii. I really loved doing the hide and seek games where oh yay, okay, we found the treasure, thank God, because I was going to lose my mind if I found another egg. um Truly. So yeah, a villager would ask you if you want to play hide and seek and would gather up two other villagers, and they would hide behind like buildings and trees. Oh my gosh, it was pretty fun, actually. Also, I love seeing Leaf, one of my favorite NPCs. Apparently, I have never, I haven't talked to Leaf since I opened his stall on Harv's. Fascinating. Yeah, I guess that just shows you how much I don't know, interact with the characters. Okay, both of my Joy-Cons are dying. But yeah, let's see what Leaf has, because while I'm going through doing some of these builds and like getting Love Island in tip-top shape, I want to rebreed all the flowers. I've done it once on my first island, and every flower that I have on this island has just either grown randomly because I let my flowers get out of hand, um, or I did them purposefully. So I think I'm gonna try to do all the flower breeding again because you know what? I think it's fun. I think it's really fun, and maybe it's because I'm a biology nerd and I love genetics, or maybe it's because it reminds me of simpler times. Um, it's just I love to play the game. I love to sit down and like the other day I sat down and I went fishing. I was like trying to make some food items on my first island, and I had to go fishing for that. And I was like, wow, this is so much fun. So I am definitely in support of like not always grinding in this game and just like having fun. I miss that. So I am coming out of Animal Crossing burnout. I'm really excited to make some more videos. I have like backlogged footage that I recorded months and months ago, that I'll be stitching together in some future episodes. I am planning on doing a lot of builds, playing on this island more. And yeah, I'm pretty sure we've had some like crazy villager turnover, not to give you any spoilers. So you'll just have to stay tuned and see how the landscape of Love Island has changed since yeah, February. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for sticking with me all this time. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I promise it will not be 6 months before the next one. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here and hanging out with me, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.